Hello, and welcome again to our Advent devotional. Glad you could join us today. We are going to wrap up the song O Come, Emmanuel today, and I wanted to share some words from the second verse of the song. It says, O come, O wisdom from on high, who ordered all things mightily. To us the path of knowledge show, and teach us in its ways to go. As we talk about wisdom, I wanted to recognize that in our society, in our world today, we don't really understand what truth is. Obviously, we live in a postmodern world that relativizes truth, but we also live in a hyper polarized society where we don't really know if we can trust where we're getting our information. We're living in the age of misinformation and fake news and fact checking and all of that. And we could have a conversation about checking your sources and all that stuff, but that's not what I want to do. I mean, at the end of the day, no matter where you go for information, your source is another human being, is a flawed, sinful human being with perhaps questionable motives and a flawed reasoning. And the only place where we can go for real truth, for real knowledge, is the Bible. This is the Word of God, who is perfect and loving. The other problem, I think, is in our society, we have this tendency to value intelligence. We talk about whether someone is intelligent or unintelligent, what their SAT score is, whether they can do higher level math or what their vocabulary is. We don't tend to think in terms of wisdom, but that's really the way the Bible talks. We're going to read James 3:13 through 17. Here's what it says. Who is wise and understanding among you? By his good conduct, let him show his works in the meekness of wisdom. But if you have bitter jealousy and selfish ambition in your hearts, do not boast and be false to the truth. This is not the wisdom that comes down from above, but is earthly, unspiritual, demonic. For where jealousy and selfish ambition exist, there will be disorder and every vile practice. But the wisdom from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, open to reason, full of mercy and good fruits, impartial and sincere. When I think about the way information and knowledge is shared in our age, I don't think of it as being pure and peaceable and open to reason. And I do think of it as being boastful, false to the truth, having bitter jealousy and selfish ambition. If you are concerned or you feel inadequate in the area of wisdom, like you recognize, like, maybe I'm not making the most wise decisions in my life. Maybe I'm not the best person to go to for advice. That's okay. That's okay. In order to become wise, you must know the one who is wise. That's Jesus. 1 Corinthians 1:24 calls Jesus the wisdom of God. In James 3, we see the wisdom talked about. That's exemplified in Jesus. So if you feel inadequate in this area, let me challenge you to look to Jesus, to look to the way he did things, to look to the way he gave advice and the way he sought and taught truth. Do that today. Focus your hearts and your minds on Jesus and pray and ask that he would give you wisdom. Have a great weekend, guys, and I'm looking forward to starting again for our Advent devotional this coming Monday.